Do the numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
Like 100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
This is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country.
Floyd Mayweather built a reputation as one of the richest athletes in boxing history, reportedly earning well over $1 billion throughout his career. But recent reports have sparked serious questions about his financial situation. Despite regularly showing off private jets, luxury homes, and expensive jewelry, some insiders claim that years of heavy spending, unsuccessful investments, and growing legal expenses may have placed him under financial pressure. There are even rumors that he has started selling valuable assets to deal with outstanding debts, although those claims remain unconfirmed.
Everything ends up this way. Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation needs to get here.
For years, Floyd Mayweather represented the highest level of financial success in sports. His massive fight purses, endorsement deals, and public appearances brought in enormous amounts of money. However, instead of focusing on long-term financial security, he became known for an extravagant lifestyle. Luxury cars, private jets, designer jewelry, and lavish spending became part of his everyday image. While that lifestyle strengthened his public brand, many now believe those same habits may have created serious financial challenges behind the scenes.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least 400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like 100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying. You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money.
Mayweather earned some of the biggest paydays boxing has ever seen. His fights against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor reportedly generated hundreds of millions of dollars, making him one of the highest-paid athletes in the world. Rather than using those earnings to build lasting financial stability, Floyd continued spending on luxury vacations, private travel, expensive parties, and high-stakes gambling. As his wealth grew, so did his spending, leading many people to question whether that lifestyle was sustainable.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Floyd's financial story isn't only about expensive purchases. Over the years, he has also faced several legal and business controversies. In 2022, his name became linked to a cryptocurrency lawsuit that attracted significant media attention, although the case was eventually dismissed. Later, another lawsuit reportedly accused him of directing his bodyguard to assault an individual, with millions of dollars in damages being sought. Regardless of the outcomes, these legal issues have continued to raise concerns about the decisions being made outside the boxing ring.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
What things happen? I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
Joe Rogan has openly shared his concerns about Mayweather's financial management, especially regarding tax obligations. According to Rogan, even the wealthiest individuals can face major problems if taxes are ignored for too long. He suggested that Floyd's luxury lifestyle could be hiding financial pressure that isn't visible to the public. History has shown that many successful athletes have struggled after failing to properly manage their money.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
it's
pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money that there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Mike Tyson is often mentioned as one of the biggest examples of financial downfall in professional sports. Despite owning hundreds of millions during his boxing career, years of excessive spending eventually led him to bankruptcy. Tyson owned luxury homes, exotic animals, and countless expensive possessions. Some critics now believe Floyd Mayweather could be following a similar path. While he continues to display his wealth through luxury cars, jewelry, and real estate, questions remain about whether his financial position is as strong as it appears.
It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I am fresh off watching episode 1 of the All Access of the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Now, a lot of people may have gotten a lot of things from watching that episode. You know, it was real flamboyant. We seen Floyd Mayweather tossing his money around as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And it's going to, and I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains,
Floyd Mayweather has often spoken about making smart investments, especially in real estate, and has publicly promoted the idea of buying low and selling high. But many critics believe his actions don't always match his words. Inside the ring, his discipline, patience, and boxing IQ made him one of the greatest champions ever. Outside the ring, However, his financial decisions have frequently appeared impulsive and unpredictable, creating a sharp contrast between his sporting success and his business choices.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. Yes. He became the villain.
Even members of Floyd's own family have questioned some of his financial decisions. In one interview, Jeff Mayweather admitted he struggles to understand Floyd's recent investment choices. According to Jeff, many of those business moves seem rushed and driven more by confidence than careful planning. Floyd has also made bold claims about his real estate ventures, but financial experts continue to debate whether those investments carry more risk than reward.
I have no idea. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on with him. I know he's doing things that, to better his life, like, buying homes and buying, different things. And so, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know. But I haven't heard anything.
I know the KSI's team would be happy to make their fight with him.
Another major concern surrounding Mayweather has been his reported tax issues. Over the years, there have been claims that federal authorities urge him to resolve outstanding tax obligations by selling certain assets. Situations like these often become serious when they remain unresolved for too long. Critics argue that delaying financial responsibilities can make even small problems much more difficult to fix later on.
I'm at least back reporting. You guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag TBE.
Eventually, Floyd responded to many of those reports by saying he had paid approximately $26 million to the IRS. Instead of ending the discussion, however, the announcement created even more questions. Some wondered whether that payment covered everything that was owed, while others believed the statement was simply meant to calm public speculation rather than fully explain the situation.
To them by showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, $26 million.
They just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right? How was Christmas for your kids? Oh, you're Jewish? Convert just for this Christmas. Here, take care.
Despite ongoing financial rumors, Mayweather later claimed he had invested $42 million into real estate by purchasing dozens of buildings in Manhattan without outside partners. The statement immediately attracted attention, but it also raised doubts among financial analysts. Given the reports surrounding his finances, many questioned whether such a large investment accurately reflected his current financial position.
$2 million.
This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion."
Rather than reassuring critics, Floyd's comments added even more uncertainty. If the investment claims are accurate, some believe they represent an extremely aggressive financial strategy. Others argue that maintaining an expensive lifestyle filled with luxury cars, designer watches, and costly jewelry only increases financial pressure over time. According to several reports, his spending habits continue to raise concerns about whether his income can realistically support that level of luxury in the long run.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. You see, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Nothing highlights Floyd Mayweather's love for luxury more than some of his public appearances. During a recent visit to Mexico, he drew attention by arriving in an armored military-style vehicle instead of a regular luxury SUV or private transport. While the moment quickly went viral, many people saw it as another example of his desire to stay in the spotlight. Critics argue that these expensive displays create headlines, but also raise questions about whether image has become more important than financial responsibility.
They got Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I didn't say kidnapped, but, you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so...
Okay.
He's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean... When you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business. But Floyd's very, very, as the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, you know, we both made some real money. But, you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes. We
I see what you're
say
saying.
we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved
that's
up.
A fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. Yeah. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion. And I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, you know, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Mayweather's collection of luxury watches is another symbol of the lifestyle he has built over the years. Social media is filled with videos showing rare, diamond-covered timepieces worth millions of dollars. While many fans admire the collection, financial experts often point out that expensive luxury items don't always provide strong long-term value. For them, these purchases reflect a habit of spending on status rather than building lasting financial security.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases, and they're all full with watches. So when I travel, I like to take, you know, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Avi & Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Avi & Co. As you can see, Avi & Co. Now, let's talk about watches. Let's talk about jewelry. Let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course. Just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're going to go here first. And of course, the company is Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys.
Questions about Floyd's business decisions continue to grow alongside concerns about his spending habits. Throughout the years, he has been connected to several controversial business projects that received heavy criticism. While some ventures generated attention, others created legal and financial challenges. Many analysts believe that long-term financial success depends on careful planning, smart investments, and consistent decision-making. Critics argue that unless Floyd changes his approach, his legacy could eventually include not only his achievements inside the ring, but also the financial struggles that followed his career.
Yeah. I think it was like a $5 or $8 million 5-fight deal or something like that. You have to check the numbers, but he turned that down to start his own promotion. And when he was with HBO, he worked out that deal to do the 24/7 where you can see the behind the scenes. Yeah. That was right around the time when reality TV was getting big. Yeah. So you didn't have social media then. People began to build and know Floyd off of the 24/7. Yeah. I can tell you right now, my wife even became a boxing fan from watching the 24/7s. Yeah. So the timing of him becoming his own boss, which you're going to make the majority.
That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to Ring Chronicles, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest boxing updates. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Floyd Mayweather is really facing financial trouble? Or are these reports being exaggerated? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.